I'm a manufacturing guy all the way through. So started off my career at GE, spent about 10 years at GE running plants, doing shop floor supervision, plant management, materials management, global sourcing, pretty much everything under the operations side. After that, went into ops strategy consulting, specifically manufacturing strategy, and did a lot of buy-side due diligence, a lot of manufacturing footprint optimization work, trying to help companies figure out like what their manufacturing footprint ought to look like today, but also into the future. I was running our manufacturing center of excellence at the time, and that led me into industrial technology, and almost in terms of defense, like companies coming to me and saying, Mike, what the hell do I make of IoT, digital, all this? I have no idea what these people are talking about. And so on behalf of my clients, it was a defensive play to say, okay, here's the menu of things that are coming out. Some of it's real, some of it's fake, some of it is maybe gonna be real. And here's the problem you're trying to solve. And how do we make that marriage? How do we start with, here's what your operations need to look like into the future. And here's what you can select from in order to architect that solution. So that's what I was doing kind of in the latter part of my consulting career, and kind of came to the same conclusion every time, that as long as labor behaved like a fixed cost, to where it was immovable, just kind of like a firm constraint in the business, none of the other operations technology makes any sense. So that's how we do it. We come in and we tack that main problem, that functional constraint. If you talk to any manufacturing manager and you say, what are your two biggest problems? They'll say labor and supply chain. Now go down the supply chain. Labor in my supply chain. It's labor all the way down. It's not equipment constraints.
Before Veryable, I worked in corporate America for 8 years or so at Alcon Laboratories and worked in IT. Supported manufacturing for 4 of those years. As an IT manager, had a group that supported the shop floor. So I got intimately familiar with the challenges of the shop floor of the operation. Post that and prior to Veryable, I started my own mobile development agency building startup platforms that were centered around mobile apps. So the back ends, the front ends, all the technology around the startup platforms. Mike and I were introduced by a mutual friend, Rylan Barnes, and we got together for lunch, and Mike pitched me the idea on Veryable. And going backwards a little bit, I'd supported manufacturing from an IT standpoint, and even back further, I had worked on the front lines packaging installation in college. So I got the experience from both sides, the management side and from the actual operator side too. So when he pitched the idea to me, having built lots of startup solutions, I understood kind of what was going to work and what wasn't. And having an idea of the way manufacturing was, I knew it was going to work. As soon as he pitched to me, I said, this is the one idea that I can't poke holes in. I really feel like this is going to work, and so the rest is history. So the product has grown a lot since the early days. We started out building a prototype around an operator app and one platform. We built a portal that would allow businesses to connect, and it was pretty rough and dirty, but it got the point across. We were able to pilot the platform to a number of businesses and prove that the concept worked. Over time, we've been able to enhance how the platform works together with the operators and with the businesses.
We know a lot of secrets about manufacturing because we've been in it, and we know what the real problems are and actually how to solve them. What we do is we give them a tool to survive, maybe even thrive.